Hello, me handsomes. As you can see, if you haven't guessed it already, we are not in our usual place. We are in Newcastle. The Northeast is a place I did call home for 4 years. Sunderland, not Newcastle. But this is just a trip we did back up, so we have a few videos coming up about this. But as you can see from that first shot, we saw the lovely shot of the Sage and the Millennium Bridge. This is the historical Grey Street, a fantastic looking street with fantastic Georgian buildings on it. And the Grey's Monument, that's right, he is the Earl of Grey, so named the T. But we thought, and I like doing these little videos, they're really fun. It's a way to experience little trips if you've not been to the Northeast, just a ways to see them. So at this point, we were walking into Eldon Square, the big shopping centre in the heart of Newcastle. There's just a little clip of it there with the Millennium Clock as well, as gifted by the Queen of England. Rest in peace. But this is the big thing you want to go to Newcastle for when it comes to shopping. It is Fenwick, the department store. The Northeast version of Harrods, we'll call it. And this is my favourite part of it, the food hall. Even when I was a student at Sunderland University, I would come here as much as I could just to soak in the smells, the flavours, the taste, everything. I just like it. It's a fun atmosphere, fantastic products in there, full of counters. You got fresh fish, fresh meats, a delicatessen, and if you know me, I do love a good delicatessen, as well as little cafes, fantastic cakes going on. And there have been some changes since I was last there. It was a few years since I last went. I think it was pre-COVID was the last time I went up to the Northeast. They had this fantastic spice area on the left, which didn't used to be there, with a little kitchen there brewing up some of those spices. And look at these cakes. Wow, 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 indeed. And we did eventually go back and have one, and it was delicious. So and they've got these, like I say, fresh food everywhere you go in there. Fantastic smells going on, and the fantastic delicatessen here. I wish the camera was a little bit straight so you could see these fantastic products. And one thing that did spring to mind to me very quickly was the onion bhaji Scotch egg. And if you think here, I do zoom in to it, and we did buy one of these, and it is towards the end of the video. It was fairly tasty, a bit dry, but fairly tasty. And again, they have a fantastic little wine area, some cheeses, not for me if you know me. And then after that, we decided we'll just pop to Yo Sushi, and we got served by a little robot, which was new to us being from Devon. And while we were there, of course, I had to do a little review of their little boneless chicken bites. Now, these were the Korean soy ones, and actually were really nice. Tasted like soy, had that lovely little bit of sweetness, almost like lemon drizzle on it, and there was no lemon involved. It was fantastic, really nice ones. I really liked them, could have easily had more plates of them, but after that we continued on. Now at this point we were going to attend the Newcastle Stadium tour, so there's just a lovely little view there of one of the courtyards there. And of course, if you don't know Newcastle, Newcastle was designed to be a mini London, and what is a mini London without a small little Chinatown? So we did have a little walk around the small Newcastle Chinatown. And some fantastic Peking ducks there going up on the side. And there, of course, is the St. James's Park. Now, this was one of the big activities we were doing that day. We were going to have a little tour of the stadium. It's a place that I'm a football fan, but I'd never really been to St. James's Park and done the tour. Of course, I did the Sunderland one living there. I went to Newcastle twice to watch 2 games, but never did the tour. So we fantastically got to go out in the tunnel onto the pitch. At this point, they're doing what was called sun treatment, they called it, onto the pitch. So the grass, because it is real grass on here, so it just constantly grows. And at the end of it, you get given some discount to go into Shearer's Bar, which we did. We had a nice little sports bar, very quiet in there at the time, where we had a cocktail and some bao buns. Now, these were really nice bao buns. They were chili beef bao buns, so just like you would get a takeaway, really. But these were really nice bao buns, and a pina colada shake, which was really nice, fun, delicious. Really enjoyed it. Really nice experience there. And of course, that is the famous Newcastle Strawberry Pub, which is a bit of a fans pub. But that was effectively our day out in Newcastle, which of course ended with me having the Bargy Scotch egg back in the hotel room. And there it is. Look at the size of it. Absolute monster. Had to be a two-handed job, this one. As you can see in there, just managed to get to the egg in the first bite. But it was really nice. But, tough for watching. Go visit Newcastle.